Another thing I wanted to ask about was when you're looking at cloud or infrastructure as a service, a lot of people have talked about how commoditized it is getting. And then a lot of eyebrows are raised when, oh, Amazon has just bought Elemental. Now, is that a move towards the infrastructure as a service providers to actually become a managed service going forward? So there's a big question mark. I mean, the industry is in so much flux. Do you believe that there is going to be a lot more cooperation with the infrastructure as a service providers going forward, where companies like not just you, but there's so many others that are leveraging infrastructure as a service providers to provide that cloud-based capability, but at the same time there is also this movement from them further towards providing those services themselves. So is it going to be much more cooperative than just cooperation going forward?
Well, yes. Let's look at the commoditization first of all. Now, in the course of history, I don't think there's been anything that's gone from high quality technology to commodity in such a short space of time. I don't know, what was it, 5 years from conceptually to it suddenly being commoditized, and in fact beyond commodity, a complete utility. So it's sort of comparing it with water rates and other things like electricity rates. So that's been a massive shift. So what's left? The cloud providers, the infrastructure as service providers, have to differentiate. And how can you differentiate a commodity? The only way to do that is to build on augmented services around that. And they've got two choices: acquire or build. Or I guess you could say, or rent. So build partnerships with companies that can use that infrastructure. Strategically, we've never wanted to own anything other than our software code. We're a company that wants to stay dynamic, and fortunately, we've managed to do that, and we have a zero fixed asset balance sheet. And by that I mean, it's not literally zero, but we don't have any tin, we don't own any infrastructure, and that's allowed us to stay agnostic to the underlying infrastructure, and as I think will ultimately confer a success for us, because now we can go to the Microsoft, to the Amazons, and we can partner with them to build a solution on top of their stack that can help them to differentiate the services they offer. And one thing's for certain, that once people move in, and the cloud providers know this, once they move their content into that infrastructure, they're very, very sticky. So the probabilities of them moving out to a competitor is actually quite low. So from our point of view, building out partnerships with the infrastructure providers is a great strategy, and is actually demonstrable in our success at the moment.